where things will develop as we get settled in for a 10-lap shootout here at Talladega. It's been a good one. It's been a masterful one here at Virtual iRacing Talladega. And don't forget, tomorrow, in reality, the ARCA Series back in action since their race that got postponed at Pensacola in March. The last time they raced was in Daytona in February. How about that? They're back to racing at the ARCA tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern from Talladega for the ARCA race. And then you have the Xfinity Series in action. And then Sunday, the Geico 500, 5,000 fans in the stands. I know that that's almost a place that can hold 100,000, but trying to get to some type of normalcy again, Ray, with our country and with this pandemic. And the All-Star race at Bristol instead of Charlotte can have 30,000 fans. So hopefully very soon we can pack those grandstands for not just the Cup races, but for all events across the country again.
You know, it figures Bristol having the All-Star race, you can almost pack that place. No points, all money. Whoever wins it takes it all home. Love watching that race every year. And being Bristol, it's going to be brutal, as you know, man. A lot of beat-up machines going to come out of there. Pace car pulling off again to pit lane for the 10th time this evening. Make it 11th, I believe, because we've had about 10 cautions, 57 on the inside with the 127 behind him. Behind him, the 43 of Jason Maines. And we've got exactly 10 laps to go when this green flag flies.
And I will tell you also that the powers that be behind the JW Racing eSports Series are considering a all-star race for the trucks and the 87 Cup cars. Details coming very soon for that. Green flag back in the air, ready to settle it here with 11 laps to go. It'll be 10 to go when they come to the line. 10 laps remaining, and it's Maines pulling away again as they exit off turn 2.
Couple of guys about 12th on back, shuffled to the outside. They've got some damage right now up front. 127 heading to the outside. Thought the 12 would go with them, but not realizing that their teammates, he'll stay low behind the 57 of Maines. On the bottom side, they'll go. He is all alone on the outside, the 127 that is, of Gabriel Elysion. He's got no help at this point, but he'll head down into turn 4, and help is coming in the name of the number 18, John Jones. We've got a 21 around here in turn 3.
Truck 21, Brandon Bullock, just talking about a good run he had going here tonight. And with under 10 laps to go, he brings out the caution again. Wow.
Max Speed TV replay, I'll get that out. We watch from the rough cam of Brandon Bullock. He come down the back chute heading into turn 3. We'll see if we can see what happened here. He'll stay in the second groove. Well, right now it looks like he got some help behind him. That's from the 19 of Fulton, but can't exactly see what happened. The only thing I saw behind the camera corner of my eye is he went sideways. They were 3 wide, a Fulton on the bottom there, and it looks like he came down when Dodson had to run from behind him. And that's what happened. He caught him in the tail end of the left rear, spun the 21 sideways. That collected a Font with a 19 a little bit there. A Font able to make it going through that. He'll tap the outer wall, the 21 will, that is. Everybody will head to the bottom side. He'll catch Hurley. Hurley involved in another caution. Unfortunately, wrong place, wrong time. I feel bad for that guy.
I do too, man. Come on.
He's been awesome. Unfortunately, a little bit of smoke rolling out of that number 3 after he took the hit from the 21. We'll see if he can get it back on track. And I believe that's the third caution I see that Hurley was involved in this evening.
Unfortunately, Hurley had nowhere to go. And again, that's Speedco number 3, whether yellow or black, he gets attacked here in the world of the JW Racing eSports Truck Series. Just cannot seem to stay out of trouble. And not of his own doing either. He didn't cause it. He just wrong place, wrong time, victim of circumstance. There's Dodgson on pit road. Hurley's back in the pits. I think he's got a repair. Or going to try, possibly.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that 3. Keep in mind, Hurley, by the way, 5 cautions he was involved in Martinsville. Again, none of them his doing. He didn't lose it. He just happened to be the wrong place at the wrong time. Not sure if that truck's got a magnet on it. I feel bad for him. Good driver, good guy all the way around. Just, again, back in the pits now with that International number 3. Kind of sounds weird to say that. International Chevrolet number 3 machine. That's what he's got in the hood. Of course, I see Speedco on his back corner, Subway on the rear. He's got him coming from all angles on that truck.
He's the international harvester of racing.
There you go. That shouldn't be while he's in the grass all that time, though.
Oh.
I know, that was a bad pun. I feel bad for him. I really do.
Pardon the pun there.
Exactly.
Hey, next week we're in Atlanta. Atlanta should be a good show. What do you think? Will it be Hot Atlanta the first weekend in summer?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a great place to put it. Of course, it's been up here in upstate New York, and of course, you said you're down there in North Carolina. It's got thunderstorms up there, but we've been having 85 degrees. Just been warm, by the way. Like it says here on the screen, next week Atlanta here. Tomorrow, SRA Gen 6 Series as well as the SRA Cup Series here on Max Speed TV. Maine's right now up front. Goki in second, going to start on the outside of the front row again. Hopefully he'll be able to sneak his way down there as Jason Maine's in the 43. Okay, I got a prediction here, bud. We've got 8 laps right now to go on the board. We're going to probably go around lap 7. It depends if the pace car lights go off or not next time. With that being said, it goes Garrett Maines, Jonathan Goki, and Jason Maines. I believe Maines are together, with that all being said, because the color of the trucks are the same, last names are the same. You watch. I'll bet you Jason Maines pulls back and lets a 12 down immediately, and they'll get a 3-truck pack going to get away from this field, and we'll see what happens from there.
We'll watch what happens. We'll see how it goes down. So you're saying Goki is teammates with Maines, the leader?
That is my guess, because Goki's been helping him all night long.
Is the brother or the father or the son, something like that. They're somehow related.
Or the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Either way, I think they are, because if you look at
we're all
the
brothers
paints,
and sisters in Christ. I mean,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But if you look at the paints, they're really close, the 57 and the 43, and they both got the same last names. That's the only way I can put it. Of course, we don't know this from the beginning of the race. We didn't get a chance to talk to them all that much.
I'll
regardless.
find out right now. I'm like,
you
brothers? You brothers, your mommy and daddy? What are you?
Yo, brother from another mother? Or as we go down right now, we're going to see if Wesley can pull one of these guys up. It looks like they're going to double up coming off of turn 4. Pace car lights are still on. We hit the stripe, and out they go. Right now, doubling up. Again, the top 5. We'll go over it one more time. Garrett Maines in the lead. He'll be on the inside. Jonathan Goki will be on the outside. Jason Maines on the inside behind the 57. Gabriel Elisan will be in the 4th place position, and Brandon Hughes will round out your top 5 in the 111 machine. These guys are doubling it up. It's going to be anybody's race. We're going to work lap 7 to go. When we hit the stripe, it'll be 6-lap shootout around here, 2.66 miles around this facility. Couple guys we haven't talked about most of the night. Number 6 place position, Jade Franklin, 31 machine. He hasn't been around all night, but he is going to restart back up there in the top 10. Jonathan Jones, 18. We mentioned him earlier. Winner of last week's race, Matthew Lee, in the 8th place position. He is going to try his chance for it as we bring Bruzzy Outland back in the booth here.
They are father and son. They are father and son for the Maines family. The 57 is, of course, Garrett Maines is the father to the other Maines. So, again, a father-son group here as we get ready for the restart. And I've also found out, Ray Richard, that the number 12 of Jonathan Goki is not teammates to them. He just said, the 57 looks good. I'm running with him. We're friends until the end. And that means that last lap.
I'll tell you what, once it hits that lap, it's game on, because I'll tell you, if you can get behind him in the 2nd place and you do that slingshot move, it is the way to go. Now, again, we're going to have 6 laps at the stripe. Pace car lights are off around turn 3 right now, 2x2. We're going to let them go here in about another 30 seconds.
Thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in, not only on Max TV, on the YouTube with over 8,000 subscribers. Become a subscriber if you haven't. All the great content that Max Speed TV provides. CRN Sports at JW Racing eSports as well. And we're not only just on Max Speed TV and CRN, we're also on Facebook. And JW Racing, D'Amico's doing a Facebook Live, and Ray's doing a Facebook Live. We're getting ready for a wild shootout here at Talladega. It should be a good one as they make their way back to the restart zone. It is 6 laps to go when they fire back at the box. There you go. You see those white lines. You see the double white line. You see the single white line. Now they come to speed on the restart. Maines and Goki fighting door to door. Probably the best restart we've seen all race with 7 to go. Back to 1. 6 to go.
Even up restart right now. Out front, though, the 57 being pushed hard by the 43. Father and son machine of Garrett Maines and Jason Maines on the outside of him. Goki was there with the 57 all night long. He's looking for a spot to get down. Right now, only got 1 truck behind him for help. They'll go down the backstretch 3 wide right now, and the 3rd line is forming up about 10 to 12 deep.
It is getting antsy here. They're 3 wide behind the door-to-door leaders as they come off the corner. The 18 truck up the racetrack, the 127, the 43. They're the Maines family, father and son. Goki now with help from the 127. They're going to come to the line. Barney, the iRacing flagman, as they roar through the tri-oval. We'll see 5 to go as they roar back to the stripe and go to 1.
A little bit of shuffling up there in the top lane. The 127 hits the rear end of the 12. Goki gets a little bit loose, keeps on a loud pedal, able to keep the truck straight. And the 127 gets shuffled to the outside, and he's falling back with absolutely no help in that third lane. Right now on the outside, the number 12 is side by side with second place in the 43. That'd be the son of Jason Maines there. Garrett Maines, the dad, still out front. A lot of shuffling going on. Double files racing down the backstretch, and it's a drag race into turn 3.
Can you believe who has hopped up into the dogfight? Brandon Hughes and the 29 of Nicholas Sacco. They have come now to the number 6 and 7 positions. They are coming through the field when it counts the most. And there's, look at that. Looks like they're behind the pace car, door to door, down the straightaway. 3 wide now for 5th as they fight for that spot through the triangle. Door to door for the lead here in Talladega, and 4 to go.
Jonathan Jones, the 18, was in the third spot on the high side. He jumped to the outside. Nobody went with him. Got shuffled back to about the 12th place. Oh, huge back up front. And you called the second big one of the evening on lap 91.
Battling for the lead. They wreck and get scattered, smothered, and covered, and they put up a parking lot in turn number 1 and 2. Big trouble, and it was for the lead pack.
Taking a look at the replay here on the bottom side. Father and son of, let's see, Maines and Maines, the 43 behind, 57 in front. We'll get a little bit of a different camera angle. They come down to turn 1. It looks like we got a little bit hot in the back. We see the 43 hits the apron, and that's what happened. He come back up the track a little bit, hits the rear end of the 57, and just turns them slowly, and then back up into the 12 of Goki, and it was just a huge train reaction from there. Goki sideways in front of the entire field, and that just ensued. By the way, just so you know, big one number 2, and guess who called that one?
I had a feeling, and I think I said on lap 90, and guess what lap it is? Holy
90.
Shenanigans, lap 90. And this was for the lead. This was for something here. Watch this one more time. The Maines father and son on the inside of the double yellow line up the bottom of the apron. Went the son Maines, got into father Maines again. Maines got loose. Look out. Goki in second. Just biding his time. He collects Martinsville winner Matthew Lee. Look at Sacco. Did you see the 29, how he weaseled through that crash? I think Sacco's the new leader.
Sacco right now being scored in third, but that has not cycled back around. The first two that they're showing in first and second is the main guys, Jason and Garrett. And I think Jason Maines might be, let me see where he's at on the track. He's actually slow coming off the apron.
Look at this.
You
Watch
might be right.
Look at the 29. Weaseling, sneaking, slithering his way through the middle groove to stay in the lead. And look at Brandon Hughes all below the yellow line of the apron. I think Sacco's the new leader.
I do believe you're right.
3. We'll have to see here.
Well, they're bringing him back around right now. I do see the 43 up there along with the 55. The 55, we do know, Cinnamon, is at least a 1 lap down. I believe the 43, which is Jason Maines, he is the son in this situation, will take over the lead from his father. And if that's being said, by the way, you're not far off, because the 29 of Sacco is right behind him, and he's going to start on the outside line. By the way, lap
my
90,
question is this, Ray.
Yes,
Ray,
sir.
my question is this. Will they penalize Maines that went below the yellow line and started the crash?
That's a negative, and because you want to know why, first of all, you've got to have at least 2 tires down there. He did, but it was not to advance his position. When the caution came out, he was still behind the 57, and that was when the caution ensued. So here's the deal. He should not get penalized. I'm pretty sure he's going to be up front. There is some damage to that machine, though. Just a little bit on the front, a little bit on the rear, because he took a hit from the rear. And right now, by the way, the 55 staying up there so he can try to get his lap back.
That's right, free pass.
Free pass once we go. And he doesn't have to pit. I mean, there's no reason to pit from here on out. Right now, working lap 93. We did extend this. This will be our first attempt at a green-white checkered.
This is overtime. Looking forward here. And let's explain what overtime will be. It's the same thing like you see on Sunday afternoon. The same deal. They'll come to the line. They'll take the green flag. If they crash before the white flag, they call the caution again and again and again. Now, if they take the white flag and then the caution comes out, the next flag ends the race. Wreckers or checkers, the race would finish under caution right.
I believe the only correction I have to that, not being rude, in the real world, the caution would come out and after the white flag, and it would lock the field. Here, I believe you're allowed to race back to the finish. I
That's
could be
right.
incorrect.
That's right.
But I know iRacing's got it set like that. So once a white flag flies, that's it. That last lap is going to be a